Hello and welcome to the most extreme podcast in professional wrestling to date. This is Extreme Wrestling Podcast. I am your
That's right.
host, Ryan Arnold, joined as always by Jeffrey Dietz. Unfortunately, James can't be with us tonight, so which kind of sucks. But we're gonna press on today. So obviously, let's start off with a very sad topic. Obviously, this past Wednesday, even before NXT was set to air, Pat Patterson passed away at the age of 79. I don't know what the cause of death is. Do you know what the cause of death is, Jeffrey?
I do not.
Yeah, we don't know what the cause of death is at this point. We're obviously probably assuming something maybe related to COVID or, natural causes or something like that. But obviously, he has done some stuff in WWE. He's a former hardcore champion and a former 24/7 champion, but he's most notable for being the inaugural Intercontinental Champion, which is basically, if I would be more correct, back in the day, like say the 80s, it was more of like the championship for the wrestlers, whereas, the world title, the WWE titles for guys like Andre, Hulk Hogan, big muscular guys, those big 24-inch pythons are big style guys. Obviously, Jeffrey, do you have any memories that you remember fondly of Pat Patterson and, in this case, the Intercontinental Championship?
Well, I know. I did want to add that he's also pretty much like the curator of the Royal Rumble as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's obviously the genius behind the Royal Rumble match.
So
yeah, but obviously, continue.
But there's like a million things you could say about like the IC belt though. Like there's like matches like with like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, all that stuff. You had the run with geez, what's his name? The Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, the longest
Mr. Honky Tonk. The stuff that Miz has done, I've always enjoyed too. Jericho being a 9-time champion as well.
Yeah,
I've always liked. I don't know. There's just a lot. There's
yeah.
I did watch the what is it? I don't think it was like 400 like greatest matches, like greatest IC matches or something like that. But there's like a thing on the WWE network where it's like just like the greatest like IC belt matches of all time, and that's definitely a good watch if you ever get like the chance to watch like 3 or 4 hours of IC belt matches.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them have to be matches that involve the IC title. One that immediately comes to mind is Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for WrestleMania 3. I mean, for Christ's sakes, if you ever want to tell something, if you really want to get behind wanting to be the Intercontinental Champion, watch that match. It's one of those matches that is instantly up there. Then I can even say Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog, SummerSlam '92 as well.
Yeah,
and that was the main event of SummerSlam that year. And obviously Bret would go on to end up becoming WWE champion, beating the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I've never had any with Pat. I've never had any memories that I can't remember outside of him, being the only memory that comes to mind outside of, him being obviously Intercontinental Champion. I think him winning the 24/7 title, because I never really saw him. I never really saw him winning the hardcore title, because back then I was too busy worried about school and stuff. Maybe a little bit of him being in the corporation a little bit. I think it was Vince, him, Briscoe.
Was that the Mean Street Posse?
He was even a referee during the Rock and Triple H's match at Backlash in 2000 when the Stone Cold came out, hit him with a chair and stuff. I remember that. I remember that one. All the stuff happened to him when he got freaking hurt and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But obviously, we send our condolences to Pat's family and friends and all of his coworkers, and may the legendary Pat Patterson rest in peace. Anyway, Next topic. obviously, this was the first one I had come up with, and that is when Seth Rollins comes back, more than likely at the Rumble, should he come back as being a babyface or remain a heel? Jeffrey, what do you think?
I don't know. I think after his babyface run, I don't think people are ready to like cheer him like that. I think they're still in the position where they still want to kind of like boo him, but like enjoy booing him at the same time too. So I think he's in a safe spot with that. If he just comes back as a heel still, I don't know if he should come back as like the Jesus character or not, but I think there's something else he can do. I don't know. We'll see.
It just all depends on what he could do. He could end up, saying for the greater good, but then end up becoming a
For the
more
greater
evil.
good.
If I think the Messiah thing was kind of evil, I think maybe if we did, or maybe I even said to the thought of it of like, maybe, I don't know if he would come back as, the dastardly heel he was in the Authority, that sneaky chicken shit heel, the yellow striped on the side of his head, in his hair or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know if that, but I think that's been done many times, but I think his best heel run has been that. Or hell, I think it would be cool if he could be, maybe a tweener or something where, he could be, I guess you could say in the case of like Sheamus where, he doesn't care about the people, but, depending on the situation of who he's going to face, he could either go back and forth or something like that. So maybe not full-fledged face, but maybe kind of be somewhere in between or something like that, like a tweener.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people are ready to cheer him yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah, people still cheer on his fiance wife, Becky Lynch. I mean, for Christ's sake, she's the biggest thing there. Anyway, two topics for AEW. One of which obviously happened at the end of the night between Jon Moxley, the at the time current AEW World Champion, and Kenny Omega, who Kenny beat him with help from Don Callis over from Impact Wrestling. And basically they ran off, went to a van, and Callis said, tune in to Tuesday night on Impact.
See you on Impact.
On Access TV to see what we have to say about all of this. So this gives the impression of, holy shit, AEW and Impact are working together.
I know, right?
What do you think of that, Jeffrey?
Is this almost like an invasion angle? Like, I don't know. It was almost like at first it's like, okay, Don Callis is like, yeah, I'm friends with Kenny. And then just like, I don't know. As soon as I saw him like with the like come down there with the microphone, I was like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Do you watch Impact?
Yeah, I watch it from time to time. I have Access TV.
Yeah.
On DirecTV, so I'm able to watch it from time to time. But I usually see what happened on highlights and stuff on usually Instagram and stuff. But I do follow Impact, and this is gonna be pretty. For me, this is pretty interesting. Not to mention, you got the Good Brothers, who are the current tag team champions at Impact.
Yeah.
And knowing
that's right.
They have with people like the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega over from Japan before they went to WWE and be with AJ and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, there is history there, and that's gonna be very interesting to see on that one. But there's an even bigger one that happened. Obviously, there was, I think, a tag match between Cody Rhodes, who got his name back, and Darby Allin taking on, Ricky Starks from NWA and Will Hobbs. And obviously, after the match, basically Brian Cage and them, they came down and stuff. And then lights were going down. Arn, I think, was on ringside too. And then lights went out, and it was winter and stuff. And out comes Sting.
Yeah, man.
For the first time on a TNT wrestling show,
like 18 years.
March of 2001, on the last episode of WCW Monday Nitro, where he beat Ric Flair.
Woo!
I was a little bit shocked, but I was also a little because I never really care about AEW sometimes. The only thing I care about is Moxley. Because I hate
Yeah.
people that everyone who went from WWE end up just being betrayed and all that shit, but then hearing about the whole Vince never wanting the Sting Taker match, which is a load of shit. But seeing him there, and also I did see someone saying that this might be his last full-time run, but considering the fact, we haven't seen him wrestle in 5 years. Not since that match he had with Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship, and he got injured.
Buckle bomb.
What are your thoughts on this? Because I'm literally shocked.
I don't know. I did think it was interesting when he came out. Like Team Taz was basically gone, and then the rest of like the baby faces or whatever like left in the ring, and like Darby Allin was kind of the only person who was standing there and like standing him up basically. Like, okay, like they're the only two that had like a stare down as opposed to everybody else. They were kind of like, doo-doo-doo. Like,
yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Sting and Arn, because there's history between the two, obviously.
Yeah, that too.
Going all the way back to WCW, where Arn and the rest of the Four Horsemen betrayed Sting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's history between those two. But yeah, the stare down between Darby and Sting I'll admit was pretty freaking awesome. But I don't know what this means kind of going on. Is he debuting as a heel? Because I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whose side he's actually on.
I think he's just being Sting.
Yeah. Pretty much. I saw that. I'm like, holy fucking shit, no way.
Yeah.
That's my reaction to that. Anyway, NXT TakeOver War Games now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go from the one that's at the bottom all the way to the top matches. So we're gonna make our picks. Unfortunately, we can't get James because he's not here. Obviously, the first match is Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa. Who do you got?
Man, this is gonna hit hard. This one's gonna be, I don't know. This one's gonna be pretty good. I'm kind of glad if it is the beginning of the night. That's like a good show starter in my opinion, because that's just gonna be like it's gonna be good. Be interesting. Whatchamacalls? I don't know. You're trying to like kind of build up Thatcher, but like Ciampa's in like a really weird place where he's like he needs to like kind of mean something if he's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know like what. I don't know what he's really doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So is he like a face? Is he a heel?
It all depends on the person, you know. I think when I last saw him, I think he might have been putting someone over. Oh yeah, he put Crossover.
Yeah.
And then, but obviously beating Dream, because I think he's one of those guys that might be one of those that's putting the guys like a Karrion Kross, like a Timothy Thatcher over, because they might be there for a while. Where Ciampa, you don't know how long he's gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's there to start put some guys over before maybe moving over to either Raw or SmackDown. Which I hope in some cases, I hope it's Raw, because I think that might be a better place for for him at least, because it's more. Well, maybe I don't know about SmackDown. Maybe he's more of a Raw guy though.
It will be a really big win for Thatcher though, beating a former NXT champion and everything. So
you beat Matt Riddle, but who else have you beaten?
Well, he wasn't really champion like that. He was tag team champion.
The only other significant match I can remember Thatcher being in is that triple threat, which had Loomis. I forgot there was someone else. Oh, Balor. Balor was in the match. Balor, I don't know if Balor ended up being in it, but Balor was just in it to be in it. But yeah, I'm going, as much as I want to go with Ciampa, I think I'm going to go with Thatcher in this case, because I think Ciampa's just doing the job.
Yeah.
Next, we got a strap match. between Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. Who do you got?
I love Cameron Grimes. I don't know. It's so weird because it's like, what do you like? It should be a good match, I think, but like, who do you think should be the one who benefits the most going over? You know what I'm saying? Like, Cameron Grimes is in a position where he's kind of like, when he loses, he's still kind of in the same position, but like Loomis, if it's like, if you're trying to build him up, if he loses to Cameron Grimes, or it's like, all right, what are we doing with this dude?
You're trying to build him up to maybe, I don't know, challenge for the North America. I'm not saying he's NXT World Title material yet, but maybe he's more closer. Getting a win like this could bump him into that North American Championship picture.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had won his match, and I had a feeling like I was thinking he was the favorite to win that ladder match for the North American title outside of Priest. But then obviously we know Lumis got hurt, and which is a freaking bummer. But I think in this case for me, I think Lumis is going over, and I don't think
me too.
I don't know. He's probably just gonna be a guy that's just gonna be a job guy, basically. But still, you can make him look good in some cases, obviously. Speaking of the North American Championship match, we have a triple threat between Leon Ruff, the current champion, Johnny Gargano, and Priest. Who do you got in this match?
See, I don't know. It's weird if you hot shot it off of Leon Ruff because you really wanted like the belt to like, not necessarily be like too hot shotted around. But at the same time, I felt like they took it off Priest a little too quick, in my opinion. But, I don't think Gargano's going to win. I think...
I look at that, I'm thinking, I don't know if Ruff can pull it off. I think it's either going to be Gargano or Ruff getting the pin. But I think in this case, Priest might be winning it back, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Ruff. I'm going to say he's going to retain from Shenanigans. So, because there's, the factor of, like, Damian Priest and Gargano kind of, whatchamacallit, they, just them two being in the match, yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to say Leon Ruff's going to retain, but I don't know for how much longer.
Yeah,
but I don't know if somebody else ends up getting thrown into this. But
in some cases, I think it would be a lot more easier if they're, like I said, going with the Lumis thing. It might be a little bit easier for him to win it against Ruff than say a guy like Gargano or Priest. Although, freaking Lumis is beating guys that are like Gargano, like say a Roderick Strong or someone like that in recent times or something like that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the men's War Games match.
Wars.
We got the Undisputed Era taking on the team of Pat McAfee, the current NXT Tag Team Champions, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, and Pete Dunne. Who do you got?
Man, Undisputed Era kind of needs a win in these matches in particular. They've been in all of them, I know. So, I don't know. I'm going to go Undisputed Era. In this case,
I agree with you on that one. That's a no-brainer for me, at the very least.
I think they're trying to turn them like babyface in a weird way right now. So, I think they're going to get a big victory tonight or that night.
Yeah,
so,
easily. And then we got the women so far. Those are the only matches that we have. Although there might be more matches later on. There might be even a tag match or something. But we got the women's War Games match, which consisted of the team of Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, which I was kind of shocked by.
Yeah, that's when she turned heel. Yeah.
Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, because I initially
Mm-hmm.
thought it was going to be India Hartwell. I thought the other thing, but I wasn't thinking really Storm. I was thinking more India Hartwell and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing she's not. She might be injured or something. And then we got the team of Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, the current NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, man.
Who do you got?
I don't know. I guess the captains of the team are who, like Shotzi and
Shotzi
Candace.
and Candace.
I don't know, because I did pick Undisputed Era for the first one. And are you gonna have like 2 babyface wins? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think the heels are the ones that are kind of being like that are trying to get a little built up too. In this case, so I'm actually gonna go with Team Candace.
I don't know how I feel
Team
about that.
Candace.
I mean, you look
I don't
at
know. You get the
you look at
you got then you got.
team, it's stacked with heavy hitters like the NXT Women's Champion.
But that's the thing.
Rhea Ripley,
But that's the thing is that.
Who did they got on the other side? They got Raquel.
But that's the thing is that like since there's no NXT Women's Championship match, she's gonna have all these challengers afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll have like all the baby faces to challenge. She'll have all the heels to challenge because she got like beat by them. Like it opens it up way more. So
I could definitely see it. I could end up seeing Lorray end up if it comes down to it. I could see Indy Hartwell involved in some cases and stuff like that, and helping her team win and stuff like that.
one sec.
Oh yeah, we do have. I figure why not, because we got a little bit of time. Why not talk about also tomorrow is the tribute to the troops. I figure I'm trying to remember what the matches were. I only know of one, or I think I know of several. Oh yes, there would be a tag team match between the team of Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks taking on, I believe, was there Bayley, and I think Carmella might be involved, maybe. So basically, those two are having the rivalry and stuff like that. But who do you got, Jeffrey?
For wait, which one? I'm sorry.
Tag match: Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks taking on Bayley and I think Carmella.
Oh, I don't know. They keep like having Bayley get beat, so it's probably going to end up being Sasha Banks and what's her name?
That kind of sucks. You get it on track with Bayley losing clean to
Peyton Royce.
Well, yeah, getting eliminated first by Peyton Royce, clean as a whistle, and then losing to the Natty.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, that was. I don't get what's going on.
You're treating your one who has been the champion the longest. Granted, the ring was pretty boring because her heel character was pretty boring, and you're jobbing her.
I liked it.
Big deals, and you're having her job to. I get Peyton Royce because they're trying to build her up and stuff like that.
I guess.
But then losing to basically a veteran enhancement talent in Natalya. What?
I know, right? But I don't know. Like Bayley was also like, I don't know. She was also acting like a little overconfident too, because she was kind of getting distracted by like Bianca Belair, like on commentary or whatever. And when it was the other way around or whatever, like the week before, it's like Bianca Belair like didn't really care about Bayley on commentary. She just like did her thing and won. So
yeah.
I don't really know where they're going with that.
But I think to get some of that shine off of Bayley, I could see Bianca. I think if you're really wanting to protect Bayley and probably Sasha, I think having Carmella getting pinned by Bianca might be a better way to save, Bayley. Of course, they might have Bayley take the pin and all that stuff. And we can complain more about one of your biggest female stars over there getting jobbed to people like, no offense, Peyton Royce, but to Natalya of all people. I'm like, what? And then I think I kind of remember there was another match. I can't remember who it was. I think I saw King Corbin. I saw on there. I think I saw Rude and Ziggler. I think I saw Big Street Profits. I think I saw Big E. I think I saw maybe Murphy. I know Brian.
Big E's got new theme music and stuff too.
The chalk coming back.
Yeah, you got the chalk.
But still rocking the New Day gear.
Yeah, his new song by Wale.
I think that's cool music. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what else was there. Who else was in the match?
Baron Corbin had what's the name? The Forgotten Sons or whatever as his lackeys.
I'm like, oh wow, freaking Steve Cutler got Shane, and then you got Blake and stuff. I think they're going to have. Oh, I think I know who there might have been on there. I might have seen Ray, I might have seen Murphy, I've seen Brian, I might have seen the Street Profits, and there would be taking on. I think King Corbin, Ziggler, and Rude. Who else was among there? Trying to think what other heels were among that. Like I can't remember who was among it. But who would you think would win that? I know it's a 5. I think it might be a 5-on-5 or something like that. Might be just a regular tag match.
Wait, say everyone again.
I can't remember who.
5-on-5.
I got. Let me try and see if I can even find it on freaking Instagram. WWE. Yeah, we're doing all of this like. Okay, well, let me think. Is there really going to be any matches for it? Oh crap! Apparently we got. Okay, Okay, here's the team. The team is because obviously I did say Ziggler and Rude and Corbin were right, but the other team had Sami Zayn and Elias taking on Street Profits, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, and Jeff Hardy. Who do you got in that match?
See, I would go with the faces on this one too. Mysterio and them. Because they didn't just win on SmackDown too in that weird 3-on-3.
Wait. Freaking Mysterio and his crew. No. Corbin won against Murphy with the help of the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah. I know. I think they're still trying to build Murphy up.
They're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna want to bury, guys like Daniel Bryan and Jeff Hardy. Yeah, it's just like
yeah.
And then I think I saw the other match was McIntyre versus The Miz. Who do you got for that one?
Oh, dude, McIntyre. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's true.
That is a no-brainer. I gotta make sure I am right on that. Yep, it is. Oh, it's a non-title, by the way. It's a non-title.
Right.
It is a non-title match. Okay, so you got anything?
Which is kind of weird. Like, why wouldn't that just be like I don't know. It's kind of weird. Why wouldn't that just be the cash-in match? Like,
it's
like, all right, you want a match, then just have one.
It could be the cash-in match, but do you really? I don't know if you want to do it on tribute to the troops. I mean, might get troops come in and probably stop the Miz. It's possible they could do the cash-in on that night and make tribute to the troops a big deal, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it never really tribute to the troops to me has never really had a big deal moment,
Yeah, it probably. Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, you've
I don't
had
think they do that.
Then kind of the baby faces winning. You never see something shocking. So why not spice it? I think it'd be cool to spice it out, to have something like a big deal moment, have the cash-in happen. I think it would be I think it'd be cool if they did that. But
yeah, this is McIntyre.
Yeah, but I still think it's gonna be McIntyre. But you got anything to say before we end this?
No, just rest in peace, Pat Patterson. Legend.
Yeah, obviously. I do have something to say. Obviously, tomorrow I will be on my main channel. I will be streaming, going over the band I did on that day 1 year ago. So if y'all can check it out whenever you can. So I figured plug that in my main channel, Damage Incorporated. So
Yeah, man.
yeah. So thank y'all. On that bombshell, we will see you hopefully next week with James. Hopefully,
Yep.
we might go. Would that be the weekend for TLC? I can't remember. I don't think so.
I think so. Actually, I think TLC's in like a week or so, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously, on that bombshell, we will see y'all later. Until then, peace out.